Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Scream. I'm pretty excited. It's just called Scream, like that was the original. But that's okay. 25 years after the original movie, they're coming out with another Scream movie, which is awesome. Neve Campbell's in it, Courtney Cox, David Arquette's in it. They're all from the original. Also Jack Quaid, but Jenna Ortega. Oh, and Dylan Minnette is in it as well. So that's cool. I'm kind of excited. It doesn't really tell you much on IMDb, just somebody who's back wearing the ghost face, and Sidney Prescott has to come back and figure out what's going on. I have to say, the very first Scream was really good. You know what I mean? I thought that was a really good movie, and what they did, the entire thing. Now the rest of them was kind of like, they were good, but they nothing, you know, top that first one. And I don't think this is going to top that one, but I'm excited to see it. I mean, bring it back after all these years. I can't believe it's been 25 years. Whew. Some of you who might be watching this weren't even born when this one came out. There you go. So, alright, if you haven't seen the original, you got to check that out. I don't know if it still holds in this new generation and era, but anyway. Alright, because in this opening scene where I pause it, she's texting. And it wasn't in the old one. There was no texting 25 years ago. Whew. Alright, that's it. Let me get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know what I think. Stick around. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Scream. We're at the 55-minute, 41-second mark. I don't know if I mentioned it's an hour and 54 minutes long. I don't even know if I told you how it was rated, but I stopped here because I thought it would be a good opportunity to check in because my phone's blowing up and I had to pause it so I could respond to all these texts. Anyway, I got a 6.9 at 47,000 people have rated it as 6.9. That's pretty solid for what I believe is the 5th movie. I had to look it up. There was 4 other ones, and now this one, I believe. I don't think I've missed any. I don't know. But kind of the backstory behind this, Jenna Ortega opens up in a Drew Barrymore type way. But it's all, I'll say it this way, it's the new generation. So we know, you can tell Courtney Cox is in it, and Neve Campbell, as I mentioned, and what's his name? Dewey. I can't get his real name into my head. It's just Dewey. They're all in this, right? We know that because it's public knowledge. But they also have like the younger generation. So not necessarily their kids, but if they were their kids. So they're all relatives of the original Scream cast. You know what I mean? Or Scream characters, not the cast, the characters. So, you know, even, I forget the funny guy's name, there's rules to surviving, you know, a horror film or whatever. Remember that quote? His nephew is in it. And stuff like that. So, see, my phone's still going crazy. So that's what it's, you know, it's all about that. Now, Ghostface has come back and has started, you know, murdering people again. And, you know, so the kids, along with now the original Screamers, if you will, are coming back. They're all going to try and figure this out. That's really what's going on. Now, the whole, you know, requel piece of it is kind of, I don't know, kind of lost on me. It seems a little cheesy, and you'll see what I mean when I watch this, but that's kind of what they're saying. But that's it. That's all I got so far. I just want to give you a better idea of kind of what's going on, but it is more younger generation and the older generation coming back here a little bit to help, kind of thing, and somehow it's all connected, but we don't know who the killer is, and that's part of the fun. You start thinking, who can it be? You know what I mean? And try and figure it out. So it'll be really fun after 4 movies of this if they can really trick us until the end and really surprise us. So that's what I'm excited for. Let me get back to it, see where it goes from here, and I'll check in at the end and let you know my final thoughts. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Scream, and I have to say, I'm mildly disappointed. And I'll explain why. Like I had said at the check-in, I don't know if I said this, but I kind of liked what they did from a character perspective. You know, like bringing in all of the old characters that they could, and then, you know, bringing in also new younger characters into the fold, right? And wrapping it all kind of together and showing, you know, the connections and stuff like that. Like I said, uncles and aunts and fathers and mothers and so on and so forth. So I liked all of that aspect. And I thought that was well done. But that's really, and I think like the whole movie line for the most part. I mean, because it's, you know, that it's the, you know, the combination of two different generations coming together and following a Scream movie kind of thing, right? So there's somebody out there murdering and everybody's trying to figure out, and they're also trying to make sure who is it, because it's somebody close to us, and you know, and that whole piece of it. I think that was good, but that's in all of them, right? What I don't like about it was how they really focused on the stab movies, you know. So when they started introducing that, I think that was in 2, right? I think they started off 2, stab, making a movie about that. They still cling on to that, and I felt that was tiring, you know, in 2 through 4. You know, like they really hung on to that piece, and even more so in this, I feel. You know, in this movie they say they made 8 stab movies, all that kind of stuff, and you know, really played on that a lot. I didn't like that aspect of it for me. I didn't like that in the other ones either, but it was the route that they took. I was hoping they would move away from it. I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you, until I watched this, and now I wish that they wouldn't have done that. And then you know, you're trying to figure out who it is, and I always like at the end when they hit you with it, and it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, and there's a piece of that. I'll tell you that. You know, there's a piece of that, but there's also a piece missing for me. And I don't want to go into too much detail because by no means do I want to spoil it for you. So that piece of it, and then what they decided to do for the dramatic climax, you know, the whole reveal, if you will, that you know is going to come. The whole motivation behind it all was really, really disappointing for me. That is the biggest piece of disappointment when you go back and think about it. You know, when you think about how they did all the other ones, I don't even remember, but of course the first one was phenomenal, and that's the best one. I think the second one was pretty good when they had Cotton, I forget his last name, in that, and that, you know, what they did with that one I thought was pretty neat, if I remember. I don't remember 3 and 4, to be honest with you, but they had something here. They could have done something, I think, but they decided to go a different route. And maybe this will speak to the younger generation who is now watching this, and not this generation who saw the earlier ones. Maybe, I'm not saying, maybe the interest will be different, and people in that generation will enjoy the motivation and everything behind this one. And it's just not, I'm too old for it, maybe. I don't know. But that's me. That's what I got for you. Because of all that, I'm going with a 6 on this one. It's definitely not a 5. Like I said, there's enough pieces there for me to like. It's just I think they blew a major portion of it. And so I'm going to give it a 6. Yep, absolutely. Love to talk more openly about it, but we can't because I don't want to spoil it for you. But if you're a Scream fan, you're going to check it out. If you're not, you haven't seen any of the other Screams, you got it. This is one of those where I think you need to watch the movies first, at least the first one, to figure out really what's going on. I don't think you need the other ones, but the other, yeah, at least 2's good. I can't remember with 3 and 4. I think 4 was the movie thing. But anyway, there you go. That's it. I'm rambling now. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I was helpful. Check it out. Love to hear your thoughts. And can make sure you subscribe, of course. Alright, that's it. Kimmel's Irish Pub.